If you're seeing this, unfortunately, that means I'm making another video. Enough of you guys asked for it, and I decided that I would deliver. I wanted to follow the theme of storytelling and introduction. It's not going to be as much of a story, but I do have a list of questions given to me, and I'm going to answer all of them. That being said, I see no reason why we should not just get right into the video. First question. How you been? I'm doing pretty good. All things considered, I'm just living. And that's all I can ask to do. Where is your happy place? My happy place is my room. Really, I'm at the point where I try to not let things bother me in here anymore because it's just where I'm safe and where I'm happy. It's a good place to be. What is my favorite color? What's a matter baby? I don't know what a matter baby is. Is it like a baby that's made of matter? Like a conceived solely? Well, aren't all babies matter babies then? What's a matter baby? I get it. It's clever. It was good. You almost had me. You almost had me. What's my favorite movie? My favorite movie. This is a hard question because I don't watch a lot of movies, but the ones I do, I tend to really like. Like, two that I can think of are Moonlight and Sorry to Bother You. Those two movies just had a tremendous impact on me mentally, be it for better or for worse. But both of those movies are very good movies. Favorite TV show? Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Literally the funniest show I've ever watched. And a lot of people might think it's offensive, but if you understand how the show works, it's supposed to be that way, but it's not offensive because it's an offensive joke that's funny. It's offensive because it makes them look stupid, and it shows how they're not being so funny and these things it does a very good job of talking about like social issues and political issues and framing them in a better, funnier way. Know any other languages? Sí, hablo un poco de español, but don't tell anybody about that. Not really. I don't know Spanish. I kind of know some Spanish. If someone came up to me and they spoke Spanish, I'm sure I could translate at least 30% of it. And that's the extent that I know Spanish. Here's an interesting question. Do I miss being in theater? Those of you who don't know, I was in theater for a couple years. I only did like 2 or 3 shows, but I had a lot of fun doing them. Do I miss it? I would, if I had the opportunity to do it again, I'm sure I would. But it's not something that I'm actively pursuing. But I do love being a personality. I do love being on stage. What is my favorite band? My favorite band is Brockhampton, the best boy band since One Direction. My top 5 artists: Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator. This is such a hard list. Top 5 artists: Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, Denzel Curry, Chance the Rapper, and Thundercat. Not in that order. What's my catchphrase? I've had a couple recently, just because like you sit and talk and you don't really have anything else to do. Let's see. The catchphrase that defines me the most, the one that I'd say that I represent, that I just vibe with, you hate to see it. Because sometimes you really do hate to see it, and that's on my mama. Marvel or DC? If we're talking about a cinematic universe, everybody knows Marvel is winning in the cinematic universe. Their movies are just better. But if you want to talk about like video games and just comics in general, like I prefer DC's comics. Their storylines are better. But that's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Most embarrassing story. One time, whenever I was in like second grade, I was playing baseball and I peed on myself while playing second base at the end of the game. I just peed and I kept playing because they wouldn't let me go pee, so I peed on myself. And I told my parents, and they were like, "Sucks. You better wait till we get to the house." And then I feel like I didn't pee. Like I don't remember it very well, but I don't remember like there being pee in my pants when I got home. If I could only ever listen to one song ever again, what would it be? Walk On by Thundercat. That song just has vibes that are immaculate, cannot be touched in my brain. This is my heart, this is my brain. In my heart and brain, for the most part, they're connected. So, if I had to marry one artist and only listen to their music forever, who would it be? That is a very difficult question. I'd probably marry Tyler the Creator because I feel like he would treat me right and we would have nice clothes. That's all. What is my favorite Kanye song? My favorite song by Kanye West is probably Blood on the Leaves, which doesn't seem like a very popular song. I don't know that it is very popular, but it's not like unknown, of course, because it's Kanye West. But Blood on the Leaves is probably my favorite Kanye song just because of the subject matter, and it's a very sonically impressive song in my mind. Why am I so darn precious? Well, I'll tell you what. Whenever I was born, I was kissed on the forehead by Cupid himself and sent to the earth as a special receptacle for love and joy. And now I just have to spread that to everybody, and that's why I'm so precious, if anybody was wondering. On a scale from 1 to 10, how successful do you think you'll be? That is easily a 10 for me because I don't put in a lot of work. And here's the thing. The work that I do is very good work. So whenever I come out on top for doing nothing, expect me to write about 37 books about it and become even more successful, bump that notch up to 11 because I will never stop once I am successful. I will be an 11 on the successful scale. You can hold me to that. Who is my role model? It's Mark Shepard. The man taught me everything I need to know about being a human, a real human being. If you ever wondered why I am the way I am, just go talk to Mark Shepard for an hour about anything, and you'll understand. Any of my Skills USA teachers, like Mark, Mr. Real, and my dad, Mr. Conley, any of those people, genuine role models just because of the way that they treated me. They didn't treat me like I was smaller. They didn't treat me like just a student. They treated me as an equal as I could be. And I would say that was probably the best role models I've ever had. And here's the questions that I got a lot. I got a bunch of questions about a specific topic. And if you know me, you probably know a lot of these answers and you know what I'm about to say. College. First question, do you go to college? Someone straight up looked at me in my face and said, "Do you go to college?" The answer is complicated. The answer is I went to college for 2 semesters. I went for 2 semesters and didn't really try that hard during my second semester because we went home early for COVID. And it kind of just killed my mood on the whole school thing because it was very difficult for me to actively engage in learning from my house when I could be doing anything else, especially during a pandemic. Someone else asked, "Do you like the university that you go to?" Also, if you know me, you know that I very much do not like the university that I went to. I don't like a lot of universities, and most of them are for some basic universal reasons. But this one had a couple problems that I didn't like because that can be another story on its own over here another time, but we're not going to get into that right now. This question asked, if you go to college, what's your major? When I was in college, I planned on majoring in engineering, civil engineering, and architecture to design buildings because I wanted to be able to express and put a piece of my personality into a building where someone else lives to keep that with them forever. I thought that would be very interesting and a way to express myself because I always had because I always wanted to do something where I was creating. But I was also very smart, so engineering it's kind of went together very well with creativity and ingenuity. But unfortunately, I hate school and I hate going to school, So we'll see where that takes me. The follow-up question is, what are you interested in career-wise? If I'm being 100% honest with you, I wholeheartedly believe in my brain that I want to be a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. That being said, it's not something that everybody can do, and it's not very accessible. You have to be able to put in the time, and that is why I'm making these videos right now, to be able to like adapt and get used to something like this. So whenever I go for that, I'm not gonna have no experience. I'm not gonna be going in blind. I want to get into that right now to like prepare myself, because if there was anything I wanted in this world, it would be to be a full-time content creator for Twitch and YouTube. But right now, just can't do that. I might want to go back to school and get some things to fall back on, but other than that, yeah, I want to be a content creator. I want to use my personality. I want to show myself off to the world, because I know I've got a lot of things to say, and I think I can say them in a way where people will listen and think it's funny, and that's all that matters. This question would have been a good follow-up to one of the ones earlier where I said I don't like being in school at my house. The question is, how do you feel about going to college for thousands of dollars and then doing it online at home? Let me tell you, everybody, this is something that made me so angry. Imagine paying thousands of dollars for tuition, and then they tell you you have to leave, and you have to go home, and you have to have the same education that we would give you here on campus. You have to do that by yourself. You have to do that in a Zoom call. It's set up in a way where you have like office hours and all that. You can get help, but it is just so unintuitive to my brain that I cannot get behind it, and I refuse to have an online class. I intended to have an in-class experience. Like, the thing I always say is, I can't learn calculus 2 in my bed. Some of you might be able to figure it out, but I'm not that smart, and I commend you if you are that smart. But that is just not for me. And that's what I have to say about that. And the last question, the most important question is, how do I become a king like you? Now listen, I'm not a king. I'm just a man doing his best. A boy, not even a man. I'm just doing my best. If you want to be like me, don't be like me. Be yourself and just strive to be the best version of yourself and help as many people as you can along the way. And then you'll be a king, or you'll be a queen, or you'll be a prince like me. I'm not a king. I could never be a king. I do too much wrong to be a king. I feel like you could have chose anybody else to label king. But if you want to call me king, then who am I to say no? And on that note, looks like we're going to wrap up the video. I thank you everyone who stayed to watch the video for this long. Some of this you might have already known, some of it you might not have. If you learned something, leave a like. If you didn't learn something, leave a dislike, because that's just how it works. That's fair. If you saw one of your questions in the video, make sure to go to the comments and let us know. If you want to ask any more questions, give me more ideas for videos, go to the comments. I'll be reading every single one of them and replying to all of them as quick as I can as soon as I get this video up. I love you guys. Hey, just adding this in, popping here at the end to let you guys know that I changed the setup a little bit. I don't know if you'll even be able to notice, but if it looks better, let me know. If it doesn't, please let me know. Thanks for watching.